It is officially Lightning Hockey. We are back in preseason, ladies and gentlemen. I'm pretty excited. I'm sorry that it's starting in about a half an hour. We're not going to get to watch most of it, but looks like we played our first game against the Hurricanes on Tuesday. We lost, but it's all right. We got the Predators tonight, and we're just excited. Hockey's back. We've had a hell of a long weekend out there in listener land. Y'all know we went to Nashville, and we lost.
I believe they call it Nash Vegas.
Nash Vegas, that's for damn sure. Looks like we lost one person in the mix, so it's just down to the two of us tonight. Me and Mike, me and Dad. We're here in the.
He's having a liver transplant.
Yeah, we're here in the Tiger Cage. Ryan is MIA, and of course, if you've already been listening, you know Ryan is just touched down in Las Vegas, Nevada today. So hopefully he's out there listening, but more hopefully he's not out there losing his ass. That's for damn sure. Guys, we got a fun-sized show for you tonight. There's only one way to get to it, and as I like to say, let's do it. Let's go! Yeah, so welcome everybody. It's They Call Us the Breeze. That's Bravo, Romeo, Echo, Sierra live every Thursday night from the Tiger Cage. I got to do that because Ryan normally does that for us.
He does a good job.
Yeah, he does. Check us out, facebook.com/They Call Us the Breeze. That's Bravo, Romeo, Echo, Sierra. Watch the show live on YouTube every Thursday night, Eastern Standard Time at 6:30 p.m. But then, of course, you can check the edited YouTube broadcast and check out the podcast everywhere you listen to podcasts every Monday at midnight. So definitely make sure you tell your friends. For every one of you out there that's listening, there's 1,000 of you that aren't listening. So me and Dad here in the Tiger Cage, we're just trying to kind of recoup a little bit. We kind of got our asses handed to us this past weekend. Like we said, we flew into Nashville on Thursday, and we got back on Sunday. Today is Thursday, and we're still feeling it. You can hear
Vegas.
That's right. You can hear in our voices a little bit, but the show must go on. We got to tell you about our fun adventures. We got a little bit of a show up for you tonight. Of course, we're going to do a little bit of birthdays, but it's going to be more of a practice round. Dad is behind Ryan by 5 points, so we're going to try to give him a little practice, get him back in the saddle a little bit, do those celebrity birthdays. And then, of course, we're going to talk about our trip to Nashville and then a few other things on the docket. And like I said, it's a fun-sized show. It might not be as long as the normal show, but we can't leave you hanging out there in listener land. You guys are so devoted. Our numbers are going up. Thank you guys so much for listening to us every week. You've been telling your friends. That's the one thing we asked, and we're going to keep going for you. Yep, the show doesn't stop here. So hopefully Ryan's out there having a good time. He might call in. He might not. Who gives a shit, honestly? I can tell you right now, man, after the weekend we had, I know I'm about 4 years older than him, and I know I'm several years younger than you, and I know I kind of ran laps around you doggies over the weekend, but that didn't mean I didn't feel it when I got home, I'll tell you that. We were all kind of feeling a little teeny bit under the weather. We all got a little bit sick, I guess you want to say. I mean, it was what?
It was 50 degrees, 47 degrees in the morning at times. And by 11 o'clock, 11:30, it was beautiful.
Yeah, you're talking 70, skies, 75 max.
Sun out and 75 degrees, pair of jeans and a T-shirt, and it was just beautiful.
Absolutely.
Absolutely no Florida humidity.
Yeah, we got back. I mean, like you always say, all you out there, listener land that live in Florida, you know how it is. You get off that plane, you walk outside for your ride, and it just hits you like a fucking fist right in the mouth. Humidity, hot as shit already. You watch everybody getting off the plane and walking out. Everyone starts taking off their sweatshirts and everything, and everyone's just dying. And we were talking to a guy while we were waiting on Mom. We're like, yep, we're not in Nashville anymore, baby. That's it. But, you know, we caught a couple colds or whatnot. I know we all started to lose our voice on Saturday. We were at a college bar called the Doghouse, DAWG. Highly recommend it, guys. It's
wonderful place.
Wonderful place. Demon Brewing, I believe it's on, just about 15-20 minutes up from downtown Nashville. That was kind of our home base. It was just a couple blocks behind the hotel, so it was easy to cut through and get to. Not really our style of a bar because it was, like I said, a college bar. There was a lot of college kids hanging out, watching the college football games and stuff like that, which, you know, we'll watch some college ball, but we're definitely not more on the let's go listen to live music side. But it was a nice place to start, and it was a nice place to end every night. And then, hell, by Saturday, we weren't even going downtown anymore. We just said, fuck it, we're just going to
Doghouse. That's
go to Doghouse. We had a running tab all day. Took a break, went and got some Hattie B's Nashville hot chicken, but then went right back and kept drinking that tab. What do you think, Dad? The tab for the day?
240.
240. Very good guess. It was actually $281. Oh, sorry, a little premature there. But yeah, so what we were paying, I think it wasn't terrible. It was $5 for a tall boy of PBR, which is pretty much what we drank the entire time, knowing us. And then I had a few shots of Jack here and there, or if it wasn't one shot, I was ordering doubles on a little bit of ice to make it last a little bit, and just sipping both, double fist, and those were $10 a shot. So not terrible from the $3 for a PBR and $7 for a shot of Jack I experienced here at home. So got to give Nashville out for always kind of being one of those reasonable spots to party. It ain't like Vegas or New York. You're not paying $8, $10 for a damn PBR.
Or $9 at a baseball game or whatever.
Yeah, exactly. So we had a good time, man. But, we get back. Mom picks us up from the airport. We're all pretty silent. I can barely speak. This is Sunday. We get back to the house. Ryan, we're all going through the same suitcase that we shared. Ryan left half his damn clothes in the suitcase.
I brought them to him yesterday.
Yeah. Dad's like, you feeling all right? Ryan, I brought his clothes down to him, and he left half his damn clothes in the suitcase, and he said he wasn't feeling very well. And I go, yeah, I don't know. I'm doing all right. I don't feel like COVID or anything, but with the weather and with us shouting and everything, we definitely lost our voices. And come Tuesday, so Ryan gets home Sunday. He left just before I did. Come to find out, he threw up as soon as he got home. He said he's like, I just booted the entire weekend's worth. I went to town on that toilet. I luckily was lucky enough to not boot and rally, but I drove out of here. I had Benny in his carrier. I had all my luggage, all my fun things. Benny's in his carrier, and normally I put Benny in his little harness, and there's a little strap you can latch him into the carrier. I was shaky. I had no energy. I couldn't even get the damn harness on him. I just said, fuck it, I'll throw him in the carrier. This little bastard the entire way home, and I was nervous about driving by myself. I'm like, I'm flipped around. My equilibrium's all off. I don't even know if I should be driving right now. I'm not drunk, but I'm like just depleted. So I'm like, I can get home, two eyes open, not one eye open, but this motherfucker in the passenger seat the entire time, there's a little way for him to get out of that carrier, and he is just trying to get out of it. So I have one hand on him the entire way home. I've got sweaty palm knuckles, white knuckles on my steering wheel. My feet are sweating in my flip-flops. It was just horrible. Then I get home and I just kind of laid on the couch for the rest of the day. Had taken Monday off as well, so I knew I had a day off to recover.
Here.
Oh, geez, yeah. Geez, man, I partied my ass off, and I felt for it. So Tuesday I was supposed to go back to work, feeling weird, raspy voice. My voice was way worse than it is right now. Having a little bit of congestion in my chest and in my nose and everything like that. And I knew damn well I couldn't go back to work without maybe a COVID test or something like that. So I went to the walk-in clinic. I did the responsible thing. Dude says, you've either got bronchitis or you have an upper respiratory infection. I'm going to give you some antibiotics. I'm going to send you home. My manager said, don't worry about it. Don't come in today. Wednesday comes. Definitely should still be at work. Still wasn't feeling 100%. Somebody was looking to pick up a shift, gave them my shift. So I literally still have not been back to work yet. And thank goodness for it. I'm hurting, I'm 35. I definitely ran circles around those dudes, but shit, I paid for it in the end. So you yourself, you said you got a little bit of a nose thing?
A little bit of nose cold, yeah. Just started kind of yesterday or whatever, but yeah, it was chilly there. It was nice. It was a night. I wished it was like that here. 75 in the afternoon, beautiful, but in the mornings when we'd get up and have our coffee or whatever,
we'd stay out there for an hour or two,
or whatever, sit out there or whatever, talk to whoever. It'd be like 50 something degrees. Yeah, you definitely had to have a flannel shirt on or a sweatshirt or something,
or a cup of hot coffee you're holding on to,
and you're drinking your hot cup of coffee or whatever. But yeah, it was cool. And it was nice, though. It was like fall weather, man. No humidity at all. It was beautiful.
Yeah, I didn't think I had any sort of sickness because I've had plenty of days where I might be off a day or two in a row and I go out to the bar. And yeah, I might smoke maybe 2 packs of cigarettes. You remember those days. You smoked like an extra pack when you're out drinking all day. Well, that was me.
That'll make your voice
That was
raspy.
Me every 3 days in a row, man. I had that little backpack on with the microphone and all the stuff in case we had any content, but in that same backpack, I just had backup packs of cigarettes. So I wasn't rationing my cigarettes. I wasn't worried about it. I was just, anytime I needed one, man, I was smoking. You know, and you're sitting around with your boys. Yeah, exactly. So
that went out a few minutes later.
That definitely fucked up my chest. That fucked up my throat. And a different side of me came out. It was long overdue. I just needed to let loose, man. I needed to have a good time. And, you know, Mom was watching Benny, so he was good. And they were playing together. She sent me a picture of Benny. He's a kitten out there in radio listener land. You know, he's about 2 months old at this point. Well, we have that back screen door to get out to the backyard. And, you know, cats by nature, they love to be in high places. Well, about the highest he can get in my house is on the back of the couch. Not a bad rep. He's still up there. He's having a good time. Mom sends me a picture while we're in Nashville. This motherfucker climbed all the way up the screen door and was just perched on the wood frame of that screen door because it was, you know, open. And she said she was looking for him for 20 minutes, couldn't find him, and there he is sitting on top of that thing. Because he doesn't know how, you can't get down from that. That's why cats get stuck in trees. They know how to go up, but once it goes down, they feel that gravity start to hit as soon as they lower their back leg, and they're like, nope, fuck this. So, and she also said she rescued him from the jacuzzi style tub that you guys have in the bedroom. He apparently jumped into that and couldn't figure his way out of that. So he had a good time with Mom. That's for sure. Grandma spoiled the hell out of him. Got a couple new toys, and yeah, he's a good boy. So yeah, man, that was pretty much like the wrath of our vacation. You know, I like to party, but goddamn, oh man, I took it out of myself this weekend. I gave it my all, and I think I earned a 4.5 star rating out of my partying this weekend. That's for sure. And there was a lot of folks in Nashville, and we got plenty of stories about that coming up. It's going to be great. But you know what, Mike? Tomorrow, October 1st, spooky season, man. I don't know about you. What's your take on horror movies?
I don't really watch them.
Yeah. What was you and Mom's first date ever, though?
Amityville Horror.
That's right. Amityville Horror. When would that have been?
That would have been 1978.
1978?
I'm thinking.
All right. Yeah.
It's kind of creepy when you see a bunch of flies on the window.
Yeah. I went into the bar last night. They started stringing up their lights. Actually, funny enough. We're in the bar last night, and there's the row of lights all the way around the bar. In the Wayward Goose, they call it now. It used to be called Blue Goose. They've got about 8 different, you know, lights that they crank up when it's time to say last call. And man, they go from maybe 40%. She hits that slider, and they go up to 100%. And that's every bar that you go to. They flip those lights on. They go, last call, get the fuck out of here. Drink them up. You got to leave. Well, this girl, when I walk in, she's literally standing on the bar, walking down the bar, and she's replacing all the lights with those kind of purple, pinkish, spooky lights, bulbs, you know? So she's taking out all the original bulbs and putting in these blue, purplish for spooky times, you know? And then the bar back goes, dude, what are we going to do when last call happens? They're not going to get much brighter than that. And they were dim. I mean, those things are not bright at all. It turns it into like a haunted house. She's like, fuck, I didn't think about that. So here she goes back up on the bar again, takes them all out.
Back out.
She's like, well, we got to figure out where to put them. So he went around like the perimeter of the walls and put them in and everything. But it's spooky season. I mean, I love Christmas. I love me some New Year's Eve. I love me some Thanksgiving. But it's the spooky season for me, man. So what I do, I watch nothing but horror movies the entire month. That's all that's allowed in my household. It's been that way for 5-6 years. You watch nothing but horror movies, and then if you don't want to watch a movie, if you want to watch TV, you have to resort to some of my resources. Like I have every episode of Tales from the Crypt. Remember that from back in the day with Little Crypt Keeper from HBO, some adult horror. So I'll watch episodes and episodes of that. Hell, I'll even watch Goosebumps for the kids. I mean, that's on Netflix. Go check that out, you know, if you haven't yet and you were an old fan of the Goosebumps series. I just try to keep it real with spoopy. We call it spoopy.
I'm more of a comedy guy, you know, than I am. Well, I like a lot of westerns and movies like that, or historical things that are true or whatever. But I know Adam has every 3 and 4.
Oh yeah. If he had Child's Play 1,
set.
If he had Child's Play 1, he had Child's Play 2, he had Child's Play 3. He had Child's Play 4.
They made 4 versions. He had them all.
Oh.
And I'm like, I'm not into that too much.
Well, I mean, that's kind of where I got into it was Adam. And then Charlie Smith, he definitely, when we used to go down to that basement, in Joel's basement, some of the first times I saw all the classics, the Jason movies, the Freddy movies, the whatever, it was always down in that basement with Charlie. Charlie was obsessed, man. We would watch all the good stuff. I learned pretty much everything I know about horror movies from Charlie and Adam. But Adam, I remember, speaking of the Child's Play collection, he had all the VHSs. Remember, his entire closet was full of, like we said,
Two
if there
shelves
was
across.
if there and then two
Big
deep
closets.
and then two deep, there'd be ones behind them that he couldn't even
You're
read.
talking about the inside of a closet that was like 8 feet across.
Yeah.
Or 6 anyway.
I remember
No,
he
8
was
feet.
collecting the Child's Play series, and it's hard to go to VHS and find everything you need. He would go to Suncoast Video in the mall all the time, and he'd buy 2 tapes a week. Especially when he started making money, didn't have anything to pay for. He'd just go and buy 2 tapes every week. He had the hell of a time trying to find Child's Play 3, I believe it was, where he goes into the military academy. And I remember, I'll never forget this. We were on a road trip to Ohio, and they used to have the little truck stops, and there's the little corner that has cassette tapes, of different things in case you're on a road trip, which you are if you're stopping at that podunk. Well, they had a VHS section. And Adam's in the VHS section wandering around, and me and Ryan are just getting snacks and taking a piss and doing whatever we're doing. And he goes, Mom, I found it. It's Child's Play 3. It's the one I'm missing from my collection. I couldn't find it anywhere. Suncoast never has it. In this damn truck stop in Georgia, North Georgia, of course, Adam finds the missing piece to his collection, and there it was, So I'll always think of that whenever I think of the Child's Play franchise. So I'm just ready to watch nothing but scary stuff out there in listener land. A new series I know I like to recommend to you every once in a while, something on Netflix. Check it out. It'll fit in well with your spoopy season. It's called Midnight Mass. Mom is in there watching it right now. Got her turned on to it. 7-hour-long episodes on Netflix. Very good show. Deals a little bit with religion, but it's a very sketchy priest, and you don't know what the hell's going on. And kind of turns into some really awesome shit from there. So go check that show out, Midnight Mass. Highly recommended from, they call us the Breeze, or at least they call me the Bree. And you guys got to check that one out for sure. Like I said, guys, we got plenty more show up for you tonight. It's not going to be a full-length show, but we still have a lot of good stuff to talk about. It's They Call Us the Breeze. That's Bravo, Romeo, Echo, Sierra. Like I said, sorry about our slightly raspy voices, but we're going to get into it. We're going to have some good fun anyway. And we'll check you guys right after the break. Dad, what do you say?
See ya.
Yeah, we'll see you guys. Bye.
This is kind of quiet.
Welcome back, everybody, to They Call Us the Breeze. That's Bravo, Romeo, Echo, Sierra, live every Thursday night from the Tiger Cage. We're chilling here, just doing a little fun-sized show tonight. Ryan is in Las Vegas as we speak, so me and Dad are holding down the Tiger Cage, and the show must go on. We're going to talk a little bit about our trip to Nashville and why we're kind of dragging ass tonight on this show. You can probably hear it in our voices a little bit, and we're going a little slow and low, just like some Nashville barbecue, baby. Just slow and
Just
low.
like Jack's Barbecue down on the main strip of Broadway. They're not paying for this ad, but
go check them out. Yep, you're
we'll
in a
see if we
honky
can't
tonk.
get them on here.
Yeah, you're in one honky tonk, and then the next honky tonk, and then the next honky tonk, and then there you are. Grab yourself a nice snack, and then another honky tonk, and another honky tonk, and Jesus Christ, man, they really do it to you, and it's not too expensive. We highly recommend it for all you bachelorettes out there. Make sure you plan your next bachelorette party in Nashville.
Oh,
Tennessee.
I'm sure they all will.
How many did we count? Probably about 20 different parties,
I'd
man.
say 50.
Oh, God.
20 to
Everywhere
50.
you went. Everywhere you went. Well, guys, it is They Call Us the Breeze, and it is segment 2, and that can
If
only
you got an old school bus and you start 5 feet from the back and just cut right back from behind the driver, cut the top off.
We'll get into
and
that.
make it a platform.
Yeah, we'll get
you
into
got you a business.
We'll get into that definitely in a little bit when we talk about Nash. But guys, first things first, it's segment 2. It's time to do a little birthdays. And like I said,
Today's your birthday.
Ryan's not here to compete. Dad is 5
I'm going to sweep.
Dad's got 5 points behind Ryan. So tonight we're just going to do a little practice run. These people still need their shout outs and need their flowers. So here it is, guys. Let's do it.
Happy birthday! This is your birthday! It's your birthday! Yay! Happy fucking birthday!
Wait a minute, there's no birthday party for you here.
Spicoli. God love him. All right, guys, the first birthday we have up tonight is the lovely, still attractive, Miss Fran Drescher. Mr. Sheffield. The nanny, Fran Drescher. Show was in the 90s. She's got black hair, definitely a Jersey type, maybe New York, Italian.
What show?
Kind of used to dress like, she used to dress kind of like Peg from Married with Children, but she had black hair. And she used to go, Mr. Sheffield.
What was the show?
It was called The Nanny, and it was about her going in and babysitting and nannying for
And it
this
was in the 90s?
rich man. Yeah, 90s, and she was a fox, and she still is a fox, but I got to give it to her.
63.
Dad says 63. Ryan, what do you say?
Ryan says 58.
Ryan says 58. All right. Well, Dad's going to get it. She is 60. She is, oh, shit. Oh, my God. We're having a little malfunction here. She is 64. Good job, Dad. 1 point off.
Fuck you, Ryan.
Very nice. Very nice. Next up, we talk about him actually a lot on the show. We've talked about how he was in the Elephant Man, how he played Marty McFly before they kicked him out, and then Marty McFly came in for Back to the Future. He even plays the redhead, long hair friend of Mr. Jeff Spicoli. It is Mr. Eric Stoltz. All right, so he was in Fast Times at Ridgemont High. He played one of Jeff Spicoli's henchmen, probably around the same age, I could tell you. And nowadays, how much?
Let's say Spicoli would have been Sean Penn would have been probably 28 then, so he would be, I'd say he'd have to be like 72. Well, Sean Penn, he's going to be within 2 or 3 years or 5 years of Sean Penn, so I'm going to say 70.
You're going to say 70? Ryan, what do you say?
I'm thinking Ryan would guess, he'd probably guess 65.
Ryan's going to get it. You played yourself, man. He's actually 60 years old today. Happy birthday to Mr. Eric Stoltz.
How old was Sean Penn?
Whoops. Yep, there's a quick picture of you guys. There's a quick picture of Eric Stoltz out there for you guys in listener land. The third birthday we have. All right. I'm going to help you out here. Macaulay Culkin's brother, but in Home Alone, he played Fuller, the little kid that Macaulay has to share a bed with. And he's like, I'm not sharing a bed with Fuller. He's going to wet the bed. He always wets the bed. And the kid takes the little fucking sip of Pepsi, and he's got the little nerd glasses on. It's actually his younger brother, and he was also in Home Alone playing his cousin Fuller. Kieran Culkin. How old is he today? 48 today? So you think Macaulay Culkin's older than 48?
Mm-hmm.
All right. What does Ryan say?
No. 38.
You say 38? Okay. How about Ryan?
Ryan will say, he'd probably say 41.
You're going to get it. He is actually 39 today. He is 39.
So we're right there, both of us.
4 years older than me. I wouldn't have believed that. I would have thought he would have been right around the same age.
Well, that movie's been around a long time.
Oh, Home Alone, yeah, probably like 91, 92. But if you go out, one of my favorite performances of his is in Scott Pilgrim Saves the World. Michael Cera plays Scott Pilgrim. Kieran Culkin plays his hilarious gay roommate, and it's just an amazing movie, and he pretty much steals the show. So if you've never seen Scott Pilgrim vs. the World out there, great movie for those that love to play video games and those for love comic books, superheroes, things like that. Definitely check that one out. But that is Kieran Culkin, so a very happy birthday to you, my friend. All right, second to last tonight, we have, Dad, you're definitely going to know this one. At least I hope you will. The oldest brother of the Brady Bunch, Greg Brady, Mr. Barry Wilson. Happy birthday to you, guy.
He's 68.
68. Ryan, what do you say?
He'd probably guess 69 because I'd say one of the...
He would probably guess 69.
69, dudes!
Well, you're going to get it, Dad. He is actually 67 years old. You guessed 68. Ryan guessed 69.
That's pretty close.
There you go. Yeah, you're almost...
the Brady Bunch has been around since I was a kid.
You're getting close to
and
your
I
double
am no
bubble.
Kid no more.
You're getting close to your double
this
bubble,
kid's about
man.
to retire. That's how... And I was watching that in junior high school, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Marsha Brady, man. Oh, Lord.
Your mother's watching, so I can't say anything about that.
No comment on the Marsha Brady. All right, well, very happy birthday out there to you, Mr. Barry Williams. We love the show. We always have. Love the reruns on Nick
He does
at
a
Night.
lot of stuff nowadays.
Oh, I'm sure.
You know, he does.
We'll have to check him out.
I see. I hear him on radio all the time. Somebody's interviewing him about this or that. They're trying to continue to make money, I guess.
Yeah. This next one might be a little
You
tough.
got to buy food, right?
I picked this next one for you because I'm not entirely sure who this guy is. He's a pop singer from way back in the day. I mean, we're talking before
Don McLean.
We're talking before the Beatles. You would probably recognize the name, at least I think. I don't know. I have no idea. And I can't even tell you what some of his hits were because I looked him up on Wikipedia and I didn't know them. But Mr. Johnny Mathis.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Tan skin guy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So
What are you a racist?
I'm not racist. I'm a race in racism.
Tan skin, you said.
I'm a race in racism.
There's a lot of tan skin guys out there at Clearwater Beach.
Yeah, I get tan every once in a while. So Mr. Johnny Mathis, what do you say?
Mathis, he's got to be like 74 years old.
You say 74? What does
Yeah.
Ryan say?
He has no clue, so he'll guess within 2 or 3 of mine and say 72.
All right, well, you're going to get it. He's actually 86, man.
Oof.
Still kicking around. I had to double check the Wikipedia, make sure there wasn't a death date on there. But apparently he's not. He's still
I
going.
remember Johnny Mathis.
Yeah, I figured you would.
Absolutely.
I had one of those.
I mean, I could see him in my mind.
Yeah, I had
Black
one of those
slick
feelings.
hair, black hair slicked back.
Kind of like.
Are you seeing the pictures of the guys?
Yeah. Kind of like Grandpa used.
You know, like Elvis's days.
Kind
or
of looks
whatever.
like Chief nowadays, just tan skin. So, yeah, happy birthday to you guys. That's birthdays.
Really?
Good job, Dad.
I didn't think he was that big.
Sick burn.
I hope Mom and Dad ain't watching. Dad'll kill me.
Wait a minute, there's no birthday party for you here.
Well, you did pretty damn good, man. You beat the imaginary Ryan. You kicked the shit out of him, man.
He's just an imagination.
Yeah.
He doesn't exist. Adam doesn't exist.
Yep.
I think just you and I exist.
Yeah,
They're
maybe.
imaginary.
Have we been like fight clubbing him the entire time he's been on this podcast? Have I been doing dual
Well, it was a
voices?
cardboard cutout that we made of a kid that lived down the street, and we just called him Ryan. And then that string thing that you got, that you do that Jeff Dunham thing.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So this has been like a big M. Night Shyamalan
It's
twist.
really just two of us. It's like the Phil Hendry show.
That's the big M. Night Shyamalan, however you say that, movie-ending twist. Ryan was never here the entire time. My entire life, actually, I've just been
He's just a
making
puppet.
up. Yeah, I've had this imaginary best friend.
Teresa and I only have one child, and it's that one there. And then we come up with all these things, you know, and we even thought about not even doing this podcast, and we're like doing a Phil Hendry show where we just have all these callers, and we just and working for a commercial radio station.
That's right.
Once we got popular,
That was
and
our dream.
Come up with our characters, and that might happen.
He's just another character. He's just another character.
Am I wrong?
No, you're
No,
not wrong.
absolutely.
He's definitely a character.
We have Ryan Dickman running the board.
That's right, guys. They call us the Breeze. That's Bravo, Romeo, Echo, Sierra. You know, it's been a long time leading up to it. We've been talking about it nonstop. Got to get it out. Got to purge it. Our trip to Nashville, man. We had some good times, some funny stories. Like I said, we flew in Thursday. The weekend starts off Thursday, PIE, Clearwater St. Pete Airport. We get there, what do you say, about 1 o'clock. We go to Mazzaro Cafe. We each order a beer. You guys had some Budweisers. I think I was a little hungover from the show the night before, so I wanted something a little more palpable. So I grabbed a Heineken. And we're just, hanging out. Chance to take off your mask for a fucking second. Sit down like gentlemen. Have a beer. We're 10, 15 feet away from the boarding gate. And we start to see all these little cuties come walking in with these pink T-shirts on. And I go, yep, told you, Dad, there's your first bachelorette party right there. I said, I guarantee you they're going to Nashville. He goes, well, what makes you think they're going to Nashville? I said, dude, they're all wearing the same color T-shirts. They're all turning around and the shirts say, let's get nasty. And then come to find out, they say Taylor's Bachelorette Party 2021 in very fine print. Now, how do I know that? We're going to tell you right now. So we see all these ladies, and a couple of them, Ryan's like, that one's cute, that one's cute. And I'm like, that one's cute, and that one's cute. And Dad didn't want anything to do with it. He wasn't looking at any of them. He was just looking at a picture of Mom that he had in his wallet. And
Absolutely.
we were all just hanging out, and I was like, I guarantee you they are going to be on our flight. I swear to you. And they had to have been the ones that cheered when they go, ladies and gentlemen, we have just touched down in Nashville, Tennessee.
Nash Vegas.
And then you hear 8 to 10 girls all cheering in the front of the plane. And I said, I bet that's our mark, buddy. I bet that's our mark. Those are those same girls. Told you they were going to Nashville. So, we're having a good time. It's the first day, and we'll get around to them. We're hanging out. We discover immediately there's a bar that's about, I'd say, 2 blocks away from the hotel, perpendicular, not on the way downtown, which is about a 15, 20-minute walk, called the Dog House, like we mentioned. Bit of a college bar, but we started there, started drinking. Already, the first thing we do when we walk in, there's a different bachelorette party sitting there. They're kind of settling up, so we didn't have really any time to chit chat with them. But it's so funny because Ryan, he's a good looking dude. I consider myself a good looking dude. And then, you're obviously the dad of the group, which is just a whole nother fun element of the group. So each one of those girls, when they're walking out, that's how it happens in Nashville. Doesn't matter if you're single, doesn't matter if you're in a relationship. If you're a group of guys passing a group of girls, everybody does a quick scan of each other. All the girls look at you, they do a scan, they see the ugly mustache, and they don't want anything to do with me. Then they look at Ryan, who's the 2.0 version of me, the 4-year younger version, and they all make eyes on their way out the bar. And we were hanging out, having a good time. We're sitting on the sidewalk, and there are so many people walking around with Georgia Bulldog shirts on. Big game on Saturday. So this is Thursday. Big game on Saturday. Everybody's in town for the Georgia Vanderbilt game. What was the final on that one, Mike?
I have no idea, but
62-0.
But it was a lot to nothing.
62-0, the Georgia Bulldogs won that game. Well, we were watching all sorts of people walking up and down. We were sitting on this little patio area. Cornhole wasn't set up till the next day, so we were just bullshitting with each other, hanging out, kind of plotting what we were going to do. And we saw the most interesting thing walking down the sidewalk. Not even in season yet, not even in preseason yet. Just brand new to the NHL, new franchise, the Seattle Kraken. We see some guy walking down with a Seattle Kraken t-shirt on. And I had to scratch my head for a minute. I'm like, bro, they ain't even played game 1 yet, and you've already got your damn t-shirt on and everything. So what do we say to him? What you yelled out?
They stole. Well, when they expand, every team's got to allow 5 players that they can choose from, and they take Ani Gordon. The Yanni Gord,
one of our
best,
our ruffian. He's our little goon.
So the guy's walking down he's on the other side of the fence. I mean, so you gotta. Here's how the bar's set up. So it's like they got the outdoor patio, like Jeremy's explaining, and 2 big wide doors, and you could be in the bar, or you could be out on a little patio where they have a bunch of 4 or 5 wrought iron tables with 4 chairs around each
and
table.
ashtrays in every single one.
Yep, and then a wrought iron little railing fence between
that
high patio. Yeah, waist high, normal height, and then a sidewalk that goes up and down the street. And they're walking up the street from wherever, and they're probably younger than me, but older than these guys. And it was 2 guys and their wives, and he's got that brand new Kraken. Jeremy's like, I can't believe he's got that shirt on. They haven't even played a game yet. He's already got his.
What's your problem?
Yeah, he's already got his equipment. He must be from Seattle.
Yeah.
As he's walking up closer and he comes right about in front of us, I yell, "You're very welcome for Yanni Gord." And the guy looks over at us and he smiles and he goes, "Thank you."
And I was wearing it all weekend long. I wouldn't take it off, my Tampa Bay Lightning hat. So I took off my Lightning hat. Of course, I wear it backwards. Took it off, switched it around real quick, showed him the logo, and he just kind of smiled at me and Dad and gave us the nod,
Yep, we took your guy.
We had to give him a little bit of a rib for that one, man. Yeah, that was funny. That was a good way to kick it off. We were already laughing with that one. And then, of course, the night goes on. It's our first night. We're having a great time. Bouncing in and out of bars. We go to the first bar we went into.
Trailer Park?
Paradise Park.
Paradise Park.
Trailer
I
Village.
keep calling it Trailer Park.
Well,
Paradise Park.
It was the Trailer Bar, Paradise Park Trailer Bar. And it was one of my favorite bars back when I lived in Nashville. Me and Ryan actually got a photo strip done in that same photo booth there. Well, apparently they had turned it into some sort of sports club where there was axe throwing and there was all sorts of TVs, and it was like a 2-3 level sports club, and it just didn't go over very well. But we saw like the remnants of it when we went upstairs. There was all those different games and those nettings. There was like Pop-A-Shot and stuff like that. But
I thought that was on the bottom floor, way in the back.
Maybe it was. I don't remember.
I
don't remember much of it. But anyway, so we go in there, and it's still pretty cool. There's still a band setting up, and we were getting there. We were walking down to Main Broadway, right when all the bands were setting up.
I was telling somebody about at work about that.
They weren't even going yet.
And when that band was just getting set up and they were going to play, and they started to play Wagon Wheel. And this is well after we had met Stevie or whatever.
Yeah, Stevie was the
so
bartender.
You guys
she
were
was
down
awesome.
there, and
shout out to Stevie at Paradise Park.
And she got and you were down there, and I was like, oh. They were playing.
They started playing Wagon Wheel, and I turned around,
and I was like,
10
put my thumbs
yards
up
from
from
me.
Jarrett
Yeah.
Ryan. He's like, flip me off, and she's like, because we had already been talking to her for an hour at least.
So Dad was
And,
back with
she
her,
goes-
yeah. And I knew he must have said, Jeremy hates the song. Look at him. He's going to turn around.
Yeah,
and I
yeah.
turn around 10 yards away, close to the band, and I look, and he's smiling, and Stevie's laughing, and I just gave him the big old bird, and I was like,
She goes, why did he do that? And I had to explain the whole thing. I said, when he moved here about 7 years ago, him and Dinganica or whatever, and we went and we were just staying up, I was there about 4 or 5 days, helping him get settled in and everything like that, and unloading stuff, go get washer and dryers and, and furniture and stuff. And so me and him would be staying up kind of late, and having a few beers or whatever. And he was like, hey, you ever seen this? And he showed me this old video of all these kids traveling from
On a
California on a train down through Texas.
Mm-hmm.
And he goes, Old Crow Medicine Show. He goes, you got to watch this. And they played that Wagon Wheel. Well, when Darius Rucker came out with it,
I was
he
pissed.
hated it.
I was pissed.
And I go, he doesn't
Hootie and the
like-
Blowfish. Fuck you, Darius Rucker.
So I go, oh, he hates this song now because Darius Rucker recorded it, and I was pointing up toward the band. And this is a big bar, long bar, real wide. And she goes, why do you do that? And I go,
It's a
because
long
he hates
story.
Darius
It's
Rucker.
a long story. I mean, Old Crow, Bob Dylan originally wrote most of the song, and then he personally handed it off to Old Crow, nice bluegrass band. They finished it. They came up with a second verse. He gave it to them as a gift and said, you guys do something with it. And they were a smaller band, akin to maybe like the Avett Brothers or something like that. Not hugely popular, but pretty popular in the genre as far as like younger kids. Mostly like punk and emo kids started listening to bands like that. So that's kind of how we all kind of shifted to bluegrass. So I was wearing that kind of like a badge of honor. Old Crow's an awesome band. And when Darius Rucker just released his little version and it blew up and fucking sold millions of copies, I was just that left a bad taste in my mouth. So anyway, we're hanging out there, and underneath the bar is lacquered. The bar is lacquered, and the whole bar top, underneath the lacquer, is all these Polaroids and photos of El Caminos and guys in mullets and all this shit, just as any trailer park would be. They're just celebrating that trailer park lifestyle. They had to bring a petition to get it changed back from that sports club back into Paradise Park Village. So I'm looking around, and she's like, yeah, we're just finally getting everything set back up. Everybody wanted the Paradise Park back. And I go, where the fuck is what did I do? As soon as we walked in there, I walked to the back and I go, where's the PBR tailgate? I remember they had sawed off the back
And she hadn't been there that long.
She
so
hadn't.
She
She's
didn't
only been there 6 months. So I go, they had a sawed off tailgate from a pickup truck that they spray painted with all these cool PBR logos and then bolted it to the wall. So you and your boy, if you guys were having some beers and all the bar stools were full, you just pop that damn trailer or that tailgate down and just sit on the tailgate and have a couple beers. And I always thought that was the coolest fucking thing. And that was, of course, gone. And a lot of the aesthetics were a little turned around. They had bought the bar next to them, so they expanded it. She said everybody goes into that bar now. They don't even go into the original bar very much anymore. Of course, we sat there. And now underneath the bar, they had like aluminum siding underneath the bar where your knees would touch, essentially, if you were sitting at the bar. But there was a giant banner that wrapped all the way around it. And y'all know out there in listener land, I love me some Bush. And at the bottom, and you've seen me wear this shirt, it says shh, SCHHHHHH. Well, God bless it. The entire bar was wrapped with banners that just had Bush.
Then I explained it to her
So
why you
cool,
were
yeah.
taking a picture.
So I
down
sat
there.
down on the dirty ass ground with my t-shirt on. Thankfully, I had that shirt on and got a photo, and we'll throw that up on the Facebook page so you guys don't miss out on that. That's facebook.com/they call us the breeze. That's Bravo Romeo Echo Sierra. You'll probably see some different photos and things throughout the week as I get a little less hungover. I'll be posting them and possibly some videos of that cornhole match. And we have a little video of Dad popping a wheelie on an electric scooter. So make sure you tune into that page, guys. But yeah, so that was nice. That was a nice way to start. A little disappointing. Then we go up to this rooftop, which is 2 stories above that place, and it is clubbing. Now it's nighttime.
It's a club.
Beautiful view, though. You
Not
can
a lot
see
of people up there, and
Yeah.
it wasn't. It was great.
beautiful view. You can see the whole strip from up there. You're on the top
Wasn't a
of
ton
a
of
third,
people, but
third
the
story.
music was way different.
Oh, it was a lot of hip hop and like booty shaking music.
yeah.
And there were some hot girls doing their booty shaking thing. Dad was like, I don't want any part of that. So he was just talking to this security guard the entire time. And me and Ryan were kind of laughing at that. But that was a good time. A little out of Dad's comfort zone, but we were, kind of looking around and just trying to experience something different and seeing what the rooftop was like nowadays. A little, like I said, a little different than we knew it was. But so it's time to go home, and I my good sense of direction kind of got us a little lost on the way back to the hotel. Ryan busts ass. So okay, So we're all walking back from the hotel. Ryan, we're not even that wasted. I'm across the street.
No, not really.
Ryan and Dad are following me across the crosswalk. There's no other people in sight. It's probably maybe midnight, 1 a.m. at this point. For no reason, Ryan just busted ass on the crosswalk. Wouldn't have been so bad, except there's a cop parked right
on the right-hand side. And it's a four-way stop. Lights. No cars. Absolutely no cars. Except for that one cop.
Right.
And Jeremy just walks right on across, you
Yep.
know, like the Beatles thing.
Yep.
Except we're about 12 feet apart from each other. Ryan steps off. And I'm not even talking a curb. They have those, it goes out flat, you know, it's not, bites the damn, once he gets out onto the blacktop, half in the middle of the other lane, you know, not the lane that the cop's in, and he's just like,
just eat
bites
shit.
the ground.
Eat shit.
And then pops right back up. And
What
I was
did
like,
you trip on, man?
I was like, damn, how'd he fall?
Yeah, he wakes up the next day and the next day and the next day, and he's got this bruise.
That's from that sliding
The
down
railing.
that rail.
Oh, okay. So he also busted ass trying to do a butt slide, a Tony Hawk style down this railing. Busted his ass, fell off that, had a huge black and blue raspberry, strawberry, whatever you want to call it, on his side. So yeah, he got beat up, and that was pretty much like all encompassing of night one. Plenty more shit happened. We ended up running into the Nasty Girls from the airport. We're going to tell you about that right after the break, guys. Got a little bit more of our Nashville adventures coming up, and then like I said, we do have a little bit more show for you as well. But we're going to take a quick commercial break, give our voices just a tiny bit of a rest, and we'll be right back with you out there in listener land. They call us the Breeze. That's Bravo Romeo Echo Sierra. We'll be right back. Dad, what do you say?
See you soon.
Yep, we'll be back.
Be right back.
That's right,
Right
guys.
after this commercial message from our sponsor.
From our sponsors. Guys, we'll see you in just a minute. Bye.
Let's get drunk.
Yeah, now we're talking.
All right.
I can hear the cymbals nicely.
Welcome back, everybody. They call us the Breeze. That's Bravo Romeo Echo Sierra, live from the Tiger Cage. Talking a little bit about our Nashville trip. We still got plenty more to talk about. To wrap things up for Thursday evening, pretty much towards the end of the night, before we started walking back to the hotel, before, Ryan tripped and fell and everything
Took
like
a
that,
dirt nap.
we finally meet the Nasty Girls, the girls with the T-shirts from the airport.
When we were downtown.
Like I said, we would meet them. Dad's inside of a bar. We were all three coming out of a bar, but Dad got a little hung up talking to a nice young man who was in the Navy. Started talking about the Navy, about Adam. He recognized your hat, right?
He recognized the hat that Adam gave me when I was up in Virginia Beach, and I'm it's a defense contractor, I guess, that does work on naval ships or whatever. So he probably saw the back of it. He probably saw the front and saw the back. We work on ships, and he's like, "Hey, you work in the Navy?" And he was a young guy. He was probably Adam's age, and I was like, "Nope. My son's up in Virginia Beach." And I explained it all to him. He goes, "Yeah, I recognize that." And we talked probably 20 minutes, and the whole time the boys are out front.
Yes, so
that's when they ran into the girls from the.
That's it. So me and Ryan, we thought Dad was right in tow, but he wasn't. He was still back in the bar. We bust out onto the main strip, onto the sidewalk, and all of a sudden we see all 8 of the Nasty Girls walk past us, and the boys were buzzing at this point, and so I go, Nasty Girls, and they all turn around and they, who the fuck are these assholes? And we go, hey, no disrespect, but we were all at the airport in Mazzaro having a beer before we
St.
all
Pete.
took off in St. Pete, Clearwater, and we saw all y'all walking around, and we saw your shirts, and I was telling my dad, I bet they're going to Nashville before we even read your shirts. And, we were chit-chatting for a minute, and who's getting married? Oh, congratulations. And the mom was there. Mom was talking to us. Mom was kind of the chaperone for the group. Bunch of pretty girls, and we were just having a good time and chit-chatting with them for a minute. And I'm just like, I'm still wearing my shirt, which is one of my favorite T-shirts nowadays. I probably wear it once a week. Benson always makes fun of me. He's like, oh, wearing the shirt again, are we? So, we see these girls, and I'm like, I just think y'all's shirts are super awesome. It says, let's get nasty. And I said, we actually were calling ourselves the Nasty Boys earlier on our Facebook page. We said, we're the Nasty Boys, blah, blah, blah. We stole it from you. Yeah, I said, I just love that shirt. And this girl, out of nowhere, she right on the sidewalk. There, we are interrupting traffic. Me and Ryan and these 8 girls are standing in the middle of a sidewalk. Think about Las Vegas or New York. People are trying to pass us, so literally people are just walking around us like, will you guys get the fuck out of the middle of the way if you're going to sit here and talk? I'm like, I love your shirt. She's good. You want to trade? And I go, yeah, sure. This girl just rips off her shirt right there on the sidewalk. She's got her bra on. Nice big set of honkers, you know what I'm saying? But she rips her shirt off. I'm like, all right. I hand Ryan my hat. I rip my shirt off. She puts my shirt on. I put her shirt on, which is obviously a woman's shirt, so it's got a low scoop V on it, and I've got all the hamburger meat, all the Tom Selleck hair hanging out of the V-neck. And it was already pretty chilly at that point of the night, and my shirt was a little thicker of cotton. These things were, you could have held them up to a light bulb and seen right through the shirt. They were pretty thin. I was kind of feeling the weather at that point. And so she's got my shirt on, I got her shirt, and we're all just laughing about it. And she's like, have it. I want you to have it. We ain't going to wear it past tonight. This is our first night, you know, blah, 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 blah. And I go, all right, cool. So I'm a nasty girl now, baby. I just thought that shit was hilarious. And she goes, you know what? If this is your favorite shirt, I can't take your favorite shirt. So she takes my shirt back off. This girl just wanted to be naked, I think. I think this girl just wanted... I know some girls that when they get a little bit tequila in them, they get allergic to cotton. That's kind of the thing. They just get a little allergic to the shirts they're wearing, and they can't help but take the shirts off. So I think that was this girl's main issue. But she takes that shirt off, and she hands it back to me, and I go, well, you want yours? And she goes, no, I'm good. Thank goodness for the bride. The bride was now wearing a little bit of a button-down cardigan, a little sweater. Bride takes off the sweater, wraps it around her friend, and then we say, hey, we'll see you tomorrow night. We're going to be here. I don't know if we ran into them or not because they weren't wearing the Nasty Girl shirts, but I scored a souvenir, man. So check out Facebook.com/They Call Us The Breeze. You can get a good look at that shirt right on the hotel bed at the Best Western Inn, Music Row. Yeah, that was my big trophy for the night. I thought that was just cool as shit, man.
And I do remember you telling me that, what about the mom? You know, the mom was like, she was like a little heavyset, you know, and with the blonde hair. And I go, I saw her at the bar with some of the girls. And she goes, oh, and Jeremy's like, oh, yeah, she was all into Ryan. She was talking to Ryan the whole time.
Again, Ryan's just one of those attractive dudes. All the girls kind of gravitate towards him, you know. Thank God he was single, so he'd just be like, I'm sorry. Or thank God he's got a girlfriend, so he was like, sorry, ladies, I'm taken. So all the attention was deferred onto me. And they're just like, all right, he's got sideburns and a mustache, but this is our only chance, you know.
And the mom of the whole group was just talking to Ryan, is what I hear.
Yeah.
Because I didn't see any of this going on.
He just
I was still talking to that guy about the Navy and Adam and everything. And then when we got done talking, I walked out there.
I'm wearing the shirt. I'm wearing the shirt. And you're like, where the fuck?
Where in the hell did you get that shirt?
Yeah! Tonight!
Yeah, that was fun. Yeah, definitely. So that was pretty much a recap on the Thursday night. Friday night started a little bit interesting, or Friday started a little bit interesting. I had my coffee. Dad and I had a nice continental breakfast, little biscuits and gravy, a little sausage, a little bit of hash browns and whatnot. Had some coffee. Ryan finally wakes up. The two of them decide
to go. At the crack of noon?
No, it's cute. Yeah, well, it's cute. So 7 a.m., Ryan and I are sleeping in one bed. Dad's in the other bed. 7 a.m., I kind of like squint my eyes open, and I'm like, oh man, last night was fun, but it's time to get started. I look over in the room, and Dad is laying on his bed, and he just starts waving at me with a big fucking smile on his face. Like the motherfucker had obviously been just kind of sitting there for an hour, wide awake, trying not to wake us up, probably just thinking about the day before and the day we're about to have, and very patiently waiting on one of us to move or squabble or squiggle.
I'm thinking, okay, so if we're going to put any of that shit on the podcast or whatever, videos or whatever, okay, so here's how day one went.
Yeah.
We did this, or no, not day one. I mean, so we get into Nashville on Thursday. Okay, so we did this, and we did this, and Ryan fell in the street, and Jeremy got a t-shirt off of one of the Nasty Girls bachelorette party from
That's right.
St. Pete Clearwater. That
best of luck to you out there, Taylor, if you're listening.
And then this happened, and then that happened, And then on day 2.
And then on day 2, so Ryan and Dad, I'm still like kind of real.
No, I'm just saying all that shit was on like day 1. It was like, so on day 2.
Yeah, I'm getting, yeah, exactly.
Not like that wouldn't be enough.
No, that
for
wasn't
3
the whole
days.
trip. Exactly. That was just the start. So I stay up in the hotel room. I'm trying to get this microphone. I brought a microphone with us. Didn't end up working out, but thank God the iPhones have good microphones these days. Couldn't get the microphone, so I'm up in the room. I'm doing producer shit. Dad and Ryan decided to go down to the Shell station, grab us an 18. That way we have something for the
Which
fridge.
was probably in Memphis, it seemed like.
Yeah. So they walked down wherever the hell that was, get us an 18 pack so we can throw in the fridge in the hotel room, just so we can have some wake up beers or some pit stop beers or whatever. And apparently, from what I understand, I'm waiting on them. I'm downstairs smoking cigarettes. I've realized the microphone has defeated me and it's not going to work. And all of a sudden, I see 2 by 2 by 2, and I'm saying there's probably 1 minute in between each pair, but they're all walking from the hotel next to ours down towards the dog bar in pairs of 2s, and they're all wearing trucker hats and a bunch of hot girls. And I'm like, all right, so they're all wearing
me
this.
and Ryan were getting the beer.
Yep. So while you guys were getting the beer, they're all wearing these black and white trucker hats. All these girls. And I
Matching hats?
Yep. And I said, that's another
that's
bachelorette party.
Yeah, definitely.
Another bachelorette party. So I'm immediately like, all right, I got to keep an eye out for these trucker hat
Were they
girls
over there
today.
by the Comfort Inn or the radio station?
They were to the right. If you're looking at the front of the hotel, they were coming down the sidewalk to the right, crossing Division Street, going over to Demon Brewing, and then I'm sure went to Broadway and walked down. But I'm like, hey, this is trophy number 2 now that I got to go for. I got to run into one of these girls and try to
Get
get
me
one of
a
these
hat.
Get one of these trucker hats. I'm gonna have a whole damn outfit by the time this weekend.
To wear my nasty girl
That's
hat.
right. I'm gonna get a pair of booty shorts, some cut off jeans.
Oh,
I'm gonna get a
God.
pair of boots.
You'd have been walking away from us.
I'm gonna be
there
looking
on
like a
out.
full blown bachelorette.
You're going to look like the guy from Reno 911.
That's right. Just new boot goofing. I'm just new boot goofing. Yeah, so that was kind of my plan. But apparently, they saw a car accident while they were on their way to get beer. Ryan might have almost gotten hit by a car. They had a whole fuck of an adventure, didn't you?
Yeah, we were well, and it was long. It was a long walk. Ryan goes, "There's a Shell station right just down at the end of the street here. At the end of the street, that was at the end of that block and that block and that block and then down that block and then down that block and then down that block."
Jesus.
And yeah, there was an accident. Somebody ran their car right into the pole. But as we were walking down there, it was like we walked past BMI recording studios. You know,
Oh yeah.
big building right next to our hotel. It's got to be BMI Records.
Yeah, probably 40, 50 stories. Yep.
It was 3 times the size of our hotel.
Yeah.
And just on the other side of the street to the left of our hotel parking lot. I was like, that's BMI Records. That's who Simon Cowell worked for in Britain
Yep.
before he came over here.
Correct.
Shirley.
Yeah.
And
Hey,
then right across
he might have
the
worked
street,
there, but don't call me Shirley.
Yeah, I know. And right across the street was a little recording studio down in there, Country International Records. And then
So many
right to the right of us
studios,
was a
man.
radio station just across the street next to the.
They had the station
And
that had the Titans game.
Yeah, they are the voice of the Titans,
Voice of the
obviously,
Titans.
because there were like 8 radio
Yeah,
stations.
probably
the
listed
side
on
of
that
the-
marquee. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, it was.
So
it was,
we were on Music Row. Jeremy booked this hotel right on Music Row, and as we were going to get the beer, it probably took us 20 minutes to walk there, 20 minutes to walk back.
Yeah, I was like, where the fuck are these
Big
guys?
ass Music Row, and they have a bunch of stuff and Virgin Records, I guess it was, and 30-story building. I guess they have a Virgin Hotel, but that didn't look like a hotel to me. But I think it was Virgin Records in Nashville.
Yeah,
But
I remember being like, okay, boys, the bar opens at 11. I think this was 10 when you guys started walking with the beer. I was like, well, yeah, go get the beer just so we have it. But the bar opens about 11, so we should probably get over to the bar and get started. Dog bar, of
which
course.
11
dog
our
house.
time is 10 their time, so
Yeah.
we have to.
Yeah. Oh, that's
I didn't change my watch. I just
ladies
knew-
and gentlemen out there in listener land, that was my favorite part about the entire trip. Anytime we reference the time, Dad's cute ass, he keeps going, well, it's 7 o'clock our time, but it's 6 o'clock there. I'm like, Dad, we're here. You can just say 6 o'clock, man. You don't have to. But this motherfucker was being clever. He was trying to beat the jet lag by staying on his own time the entire trip. And I got to admire you for that, man. You got a sleep schedule and all that. But it was just, that shit cracked me up. I was making fun of you about that all weekend. So, they get back with the beer and we're like, well, hey, it's kind of time to get our asses to Doghouse. They're probably missing us already. They probably wonder if we're dead. That's our home base. That's our safety spot. So we walk over there and another bachelorette party with another mom. The mom's ordering them food. Everybody's getting ready.
Oh, the 5 of them or something?
Yep, they were sitting over in that left table. Well, Friday, because Friday and Saturday are a little bit more party days than Thursday, they had...
I don't mean to hate, but they were on the hefty side, that group.
Oh, you know, baby. So they had cornhole boards out.
Yes, they did.
Yeah, and was it no, Alabama. That was the bar. It was an Alabama bar.
It was an Alabama bar.
Yeah, Roll Tide. So they had... 2 boards set up. Well, still, there's nobody in this bar yet because it's just fucking open except for these 6 bachelorettes and then maybe 3 or 4 guys that are kind of getting ready for whatever the hell they're doing. But me and Dad and Ryan, once again, are hanging out with those wrought iron tables and everything.
Out front.
And
yep.
here's the Alabama cornhole game. And Dad and Ryan say, you know what? Let's go ahead and go at it. And they played a little bit. I got a little bit of video. I'm going to try to mash that together and put together kind of a Sports Center clip show.
I beat his ass, just for the record.
You didn't beat his ass. He was up about 15 points for a minute there. And then you
no,
had
it was
a run.
5, 20 to 15.
Okay. So you had
he was
a run.
about ready to put me down.
He was close.
Yeah, I mean, 20 to 5, you only go to 21.
Right.
And I beat him.
That's right. So Dad won cornhole, and then our lovely cousin Carm.
That was a great comeback.
Yep. So we get done with the cornhole game. We're hanging out. Carmen, our cousin from Ohio, she goes to University of Tennessee.
Well, she graduated from music. She lives in Cookeville.
Okay, so she lived about an hour away. So she came down to hang out with us for the day. So we started hanging out with her, having a good time. We decided we're going to finally walk down and get some Jack's Barbecue. Again, mentioning Jack's Barbecue, right on Broadway. You got Legends, you got Second Fiddle, you got Tootsie's, you got all that stuff, and then right smack in the middle of the strip, Legends Barbecue. Still some of the best barbecue. You would think a place like that right there on the strip would be like a tourist trap, not that great barbecue. You know what I mean? You would think it's just kind of garbage barbecue because people from all over the country visiting. Oh, well, we got Nashville barbecue. This is the best we've ever had.
You know, it was awesome, and we didn't even go there right off the bat. Carmen and Ryan rented those little scooters and was pissing around.
Oh, yeah.
And then we walked down there, and we ended up going down the alleyway between Ryman and Tootsie's.
Yeah.
We went through Tootsie's, and then we just didn't even stay there, and then we went to the Legends, and then we went back out on that deck.
Yeah, and it all comes. Yeah,
we spent an hour there probably.
Oh, absolutely.
That's where we ran into those guys from Chicago.
Oh, yeah.
And
they were talking
and
a
that
lot.
street right there had a bunch of buses going up and down it with all those bachelorette parties.
Let's talk about the buses for a minute because this was something that I've never experienced when I lived there 7 years ago. I mean, the place has just grown so much in 7 years. It has literally become a bachelorette destination. Now, everywhere you fucking look, like Dad was saying earlier, they'll take a school bus, they'll take an army tank, they'll do whatever. They'll saw off the whole top, so you're kind of just partying on a flatbed and you're blasting music, whatever music. So it's almost like a parade that's
not an army tank. It's a army personnel
Jeep,
mover thing
like a
where,
Jeep, yeah.
like if you remember watching MASH,
They had the canvas.
canvas over it.
Yeah.
That's all removed, and
Yep.
they're all just standing in the back of it.
And it says like,
and it's a bar. I mean, they make a bar out of it, and they're all standing up
and they had the original pedal bars where everyone has to pedal.
They did.
But they had these where all your job isn't to pedal. You just literally crank the music,
drink
and you
beer,
drink
and
beer,
yell at
and
everybody,
wave at everybody
sitting on the sidewalk.
It was like a goddamn parade all the time.
It was
nonstop
it was
parade.
like New Orleans.
What about
Austin?
the one time they got down and they stopped right in front of us, and the little heavyset girl, God bless her heart, she gets off the bus. They pull into the middle of the road. Were you there for that, or was Ryan?
Oh yeah, when the cowboy hat,
Yeah.
that was in front of the doghouse.
Yeah, so
she had to run way back up the hill.
And they're like, where are they going? And all the girls are stopped right in the middle of the street.
And that was one of those army. No, that was an army one of those.
It was one of the party, and this heavyset girl, God bless her soul, she jumps action movie style off this fucking bus, runs, I would say probably 20, 30 yards, and then lifts up this white cowboy hat. Apparently
That
one of their
blew
cowboy
off.
hats blew off, and everyone at all the bars were cheering. Everybody, woo! And
Yeah.
she's hustling her ass back to the thing. They're blocking
And
traffic.
they're blocking the left-hand lane
Yeah,
the
they're
whole
blocking the
time.
left-hand lane the whole time. I mean, nothing but Nashville, baby. But-
Oh, it's Nash
So-
Vegas.
that's
It is
right.
not Nashville. It's Nash Vegas.
So Dad won the cornhole game, and all was right in the world. But then we just had a great time. It was so much fun. That's only day 2 still, and then at the end of the night, I remember. So Dad left us about 7 with Carm. They walked back to the hotel. Carm left back for Cookville. Dad probably went to bed. Me and Ryan walked around the busiest fucking. I mean, almost as busy as Las Vegas. Friday night, they had velvet ropes out, lines to get into certain bars. It became a little too thick for some of us, so we headed back to Doghouse to have one more nightcap, and then we were going to try to meet Dad at the bar. But me and Ryan are walking around, and we're fucking hammered drunk at this point. And I don't know what popped into my head or Ryan's head, but it's totally notable because I wrote it down in my notes. I was keeping notes the entire time about everything we would talk about. Randy Warhol? I don't know how that came up, but me and Ryan are sitting here walking back to the hotel, and I was like, yeah, Andy Warhol's brother, Randy Warhol. we were fucking...
Is that true? I heard
but we
you just made it up?
We just made it. I don't know how it came about. And when you're drunk...
Because I didn't know. I mean, you guys talk about so much shit, and I have no what's...
It was almost like
what's the truth
it was almost
and
like
not.
it should have been a movie quote, because me and him, we were just at that point where we were kind of wasted and we were laughing at anything. You get that point where your best friend, you were out and you're just walking and you're just laughing your dicks off for no reason, and I'm just going, yeah, Andy Warhol's brother, Randy Warhol, and we were pissing ourselves laughing. Again, just the magic of getting drunk with your best friends, and they call us the breeze. It's always a good time. And then, of course, the very last thing on the next night.
You should put your reservations in now ahead of time, because we're really booked all the way to March of next year.
If you want us to come
if you
to
want to
one of
hang
your,
out with us.
If you want us coming to any of your events, make sure you email us at theycallusthebreeze@gmail.com, and we'll come and party, and we'll turn it up. We'll rip the lid off the joint. But yeah, so one of the last things, as like I said, Saturday we hung out all day just at the Doghouse, ran up a $281 tab. It was phenomenal. And one of the funniest things that happened before we called it quits, before Dad went back to the hotel room, and then Ryan and I just got lost walking around the city by ourselves, we ran into this young fella. He comes up to me. We're out smoking. I'm out smoking. Dad's in the bar, blah, blah, blah. This guy comes out to me. He's like, nice mustache. The kid had a mustache as well. So a sailor recognizes a sailor.
Oh, that one guy. Oh, yeah.
So
when you guys
here we go. So yeah, so this guy's got a mustache, real nice guy, probably younger than me, probably about Ryan's age, maybe even 28. I'm not sure. And I go, you got a badass mustache, dude. And I said that I was fishing for my own compliment because my mustache was better. And then we get to talking, and then we walk in, and you had walked to the bathroom. And I don't know how, but you stopped.
And there was a group of
There was a group of guys, and you stopped and talked to these dudes. And
for some reason,
me and Ryan were talking to the mustache kid.
I know. He was a firefighter.
His name was Preston Murphy. I got his phone number. I texted him. I told him to listen to the show because I told him we'd give him a shout out. Shout out to you, Preston Murphy, wherever the hell you're from. I don't remember. Had a mustache. So we're talking to him, me and Ryan, and we go, hey.
I think he grabbed me.
No, well, we go, this is what we say. We go, our dad's over there. Can you do us a favor? And he goes, that's all my boys. All my boys are over there. Your dad's talking to my boys right now. So coincidentally, he was talking to us, and you were talking to his group. And I go, hey, Ryan and I are like, hey, go over to him. His name is Michael Steven Breachak. Tell him your name is Michael Steven.
He did.
And introduce yourself
believed it.
as Mike. And he'll say, my name's Mike. And then he'll be like, my name's Michael Steven. And the dude,
that's the same name.
and we go, and tell him that he listens to They Call Us the Breeze. I listen to you on your podcast. And so me and Ryan are watching Dad, and Dad's back is to us, and the guy is like hugging Dad, and he's got his fucking thumbs up, and he's looking at us.
Oh,
and he's
yeah,
going,
I got it.
He's like,
totally.
I'm going. He's like, I've got him, dude. I've got him. And that
was funny.
He came back over and talked to us for a while, but I see Dad,
And then he admitted it, and I was like,
Yeah.
you guys are fucking shitting me.
yeah, he's like, my name's Michael Steven too. And they just kept going, and it was fucking,
he was punking me.
yeah, it was hilarious.
I didn't know it was all set
Nice
up.
guy.
Yeah,
Preston
excellent.
Murphy, if you're out there listening, man, thank you so much for that fun joke. That was a good time.
That was punk. I
yeah.
was totally caught off guard.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun, and like I said, guys, it was something we all
Well,
needed.
and they all admitted it right at the very end.
Right.
And I was like, "You're shitting kidding me."
Yeah.
He goes, "No,
They set me up to
and I was like, "Okay, cool. That's cool. That's cool." Because You're all laughing.
Yeah.
Everybody's having a good time.
No fighting, no bullshit.
Nobody gets mad. Nobody. I just thought it was hilarious.
Yeah.
And then thought it was, and he hung out and talked to us for like 20 minutes.
Absolutely. I got his phone number. I sent him the link to the show.
He just thought it was hilarious, and he just like,
these guys are fucking with their dad. I'm gonna help him out. We didn't have to buy him a beer.
He was more your age.
We didn't have to
than
buy
mine.
him a beer or nothing. He just thought it was gonna be funny, And God bless him.
that was hilarious.
God bless Nashville, Tennessee. That's the Bible Belt, man. You can find some good ass people up there, even if they're in town from whatever. Everyone, no matter where you come from, you're all there. Everyone's there to have a good time. So, like I said, book your next fucking bachelorette party. Book your next bachelor party.
Just go visit
That's
Nashville,
right.
Nash Vegas. It's awesome. If
It's
you
a
like
great
country
time.
music or like having a good time, just go to Nash Vegas.
And
It's
of
great.
course, also check out Hattie B's Hot Chicken. There's 2 locations by our hotel
And Jack's
one
Barbecue
down-
as
that's
well.
right. Guys, that was our Nashville trip. I hope you guys enjoyed all our fun stories. We got one segment left for you when we come back. Got a few things to tie up the night. I hope you guys are out there enjoying yourselves as much as Dad and I are. Fuck you, Ryan. We'll be right back, guys. What do you say, Dad?
See ya shortly.
All
Come
right.
back, listen to us.
Y'all come back now. You hear?
Yep. Do-do-do-do-do-do.
Guys, welcome back. It's They Call Us the Breeze. That's Bravo, Romeo, Echo, Sierra live every Thursday night from the Tiger Cage. Check us out, facebook.com/They Call Us the Breeze. And like I always say, for every one of you out there that's listening, there's 1,000 of you aren't. So tell your friends, guys. They can listen to us every Monday on the podcast, wherever you get your podcasts. Midnight is when the show drops. And, of course, midnight you can check out the edited version that goes along in compendum with the podcast on YouTube. YouTube, just search They Call Us the Breeze. Bravo, Romeo, Echo, Sierra. Thank you so much for listening, guys. There's been a lot of you out there listening, and we couldn't be more proud to have you.
We appreciate it.
Absolutely.
We appreciate it.
And
Tell all your friends about it.
We're going to keep growing. That's why
If
we
you
did,
like us.
That's why we did the show tonight. We got to keep this train a rolling, Ain't nothing to it but to do it. So on our last final segment tonight, we're just going to talk about whatever,
We got to keep this wagon wheel rolling down the street.
Well, it's funny. It's I got kind of nervous on the way in here tonight. I said, this is a two-man show. We've never done a two-man show before. Now, you remember back in the day when me and Ryan and Adam, we'd play the balloon game, right? You blow up a balloon without helium, and you got to keep the balloon off the ground. Everybody jumps on couches. They dive over couches. They do everything they can to keep the balloon
Is that
off
how
the
you
ground.
guys destroyed our furniture?
Yeah, I guess that is. But that's a lot like doing a podcast. You got to keep the balloon in the air. It's a hell of a lot easier with 3 men playing position than 2 men playing position. That's just it. Funny
dropped right over there.
Funny story. I feel like it's me being Brian Moser and you being Little Jay and Silent Bob without the help of Kevin Smith. Or Kevin Smith, rather, and Little Jay. That's how they met each other, Jay and Silent Bob. You might not know this story, but Kevin Smith talks about how he first started hanging out, working in the Quick Stop, and Brian Moser was his best friend, and they were talking about wanting to do the movie Clerks and everything, and they were just good friends, and he didn't even know Jay from Jay and Silent Bob yet. A little guy named Jason Mewes said the kid was way younger than him, but he was a friend through his best friend Brian Moser, so he didn't really know Jay. But Brian Moser kind of introduced Jay, like, you got to check out this fucking little kid, dude. He is crazy. They had this rec center. He'll always tell this story. We had a rec center, kind of like the Shoreacres Rec Center, but they had video game consoles in the stand-up arcade games. And he goes, the first time I ever met Jay, and this is Kevin Smith speaking, first time I ever met Jay, Brian's like, you got to meet my little friend. He's about 4 years younger than us.
Hey, meet my little friend.
Yeah, he's about 4 years younger than us, but he's fucking hilarious. So Jay shows up at the rec center, and Brian and Kevin are hanging out, and Jay literally just starts going down the row of all the arcade machines. And you remember the arcades used to have that handle to go up, down, left, and right?
Like Pac-Man or whatever.
Jay just started sucking off all the little handles on all the arcades, just pretending like he was giving blowjobs to all the little handles on all the arcade machines, just to be funny, just to try to get a rise
Putting
out
his
of
mouth on him?
putting his mouth, like literally putting his mouth on him, trying to get a
Well,
rise
you
out.
don't do that today in
With
COVID.
COVID. But he was trying to get a rise out of the older kids. And then the funny part of the story is he said he came up to one of those golf games, the bowling games that just has a roller ball. And we were like, what the fuck is he going to do now? And he just fucking went down and started licking on the rollerball. And they said, so the point of the story where you're missing your tripod, because 3 is the magic number. It takes 3 legs to make a table stand and a tripod, and it makes 3 wheels to make a bicycle called a tricycle. 3-0's the magic number. Remember Schoolhouse Rock? So the point is, Jason, one day Brian goes into the city.
I'm 61 years old.
And Kevin Smith is hanging out by himself, and Jason Mewes comes up to Kevin Smith's house, and he's like, hey, you want to hang out? And he goes, no, we're not friends. You're Brian's friend. I just know you through Brian. We're not friends. We don't hang out. And Jay goes, cool. So what do you want to do? And that's how their relation, that's how Jay and Silent Bob got their start. But yeah, so we're out here just holding the fort down without Ryan. I hope you're having a great time, bud. Yeah.
Hope you're up a lot of money or not down too much.
He probably hasn't lost his ass yet. It's night 1. But, last night I finally went out for the first time since Saturday when we went out at the doghouse. I didn't drink Sunday. I didn't drink Monday. I didn't drink Tuesday. I was behind the 8 ball for a little while. Last night I went out with Benson and a couple of the girls. Haley Bear, Sid was also there. And we play a little game of darts, and I never win because here's the way.
You do win. You beat me and Ryan's
on
ass
Father's Day. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and in pool.
Yeah, but I won last night.
I was like, how is this possible?
So here's my beef with obviously I don't like plastic boards. I always prefer steel tip, and Benson loves to make fun of me. I only like steel tip.
Hey, that's the original.
That's right. So these electronic boards, if you go to play cricket, which every time we used to play cricket, it's all about closing them out. That's all it is. Mm-hmm. The boards make you
only play for points.
They play for points. So that's the thing. So basically, for those out in listener land that don't understand this, you close out your 19th. Say there's 4 of you playing. Everybody has their 19s closed out, but one person still hasn't closed out their 19s.
Everybody's fucking shooting 19s.
Everybody wants to shoot 19s to get points,
can.
even if they have them closed out. You want points and a closeout. So I had my shit closed out for like 5 rounds. Benson was still trying to get his bullseye, so I'm just trying to rack up points because Benson's points are way higher than mine. And I'm like, I'm going to rack up as many points as I can, and then everything's closed out except for the bullseye. Benson's still trying to get the bullseye, so I'm trying to shoot for fucking bullseyes, and I'm hitting them. And my points I was like 200 points under Benson.
Now, what did you have open still?
I was closed. All 3 of us were closed. Benson was the last one.
Oh, so you were closed and you were...
Benson was
but
leading.
You were down in points.
Benson was leading in points. So even though Benson was the last
person...
So
you had to catch up in points. So
we had to catch up with points. So
before you could beat
finally, him. Man, I've never beat Benson at darts because of the fucking point system. I was getting closer and closer and kept hitting these fucking bullseyes. And he's like, are you fucking kidding me right now? Is this going to happen? I said, you better get that bullseye this round because I'm coming for your ass. And I won the game. My first game against Benson with electric darts. Let's go.
Good job. Good job.
Pretty proud about that. It's easier to
That's why I like you. Well, and the thing is, when you're playing on a bristle board, and we always play on a bristle board throughout our lifetime and in our back room in Shore Acres, bristle board,
that's how
steel
I learned.
darts.
That's how I learned how to play
feather
darts.
Flights or whatever. It's like it makes the games go faster if you have. Don't play points. We just play straight closeout cricket.
Well, yeah, when you got a chalkboard.
If you got like 2 other guys that want to play next, you try to get it done as fast as possible and then bring the other 2 guys.
Sometimes those games last a fucking hour.
Well, if you're playing with points, yeah. And you can close a regular cricket game out in
20, 30 minutes maybe.
Yeah. And if you got 6 or 8 people there that want to play, hey, find a partner,
Yep.
It's like
double up,
straight out, close it out, no points, just whoever closes the game out
could
first.
You imagine doing the points?
Because these guys want to play too, man.
Imagine doing the points with a fucking chalk and somebody having to do the math.
That's how you have to do it.
Yeah.
So
thank God for the electronic machines.
And then 5 beers in, who's going to keep track of what the score is? Especially if you're playing like 301 or whatever, cricket, you don't have to worry about that. Well, cricket you do if you're doing points, but we never play that. We play straight out, close
or
out.
like 300 or something like that,
301, 601, 501.
Yeah, exactly. Well, guys, little bit of show left for you. Thanks for sticking with us tonight.
What's the Pokemon up there on the billboard for?
We're not going to do Pokemon, I was about to talk about how the Pokemon Oreo released Pokemon Edition cookies, and they have imprints on the actual, just like all the Pokemon nerds are about catching different Pokemons, and certain Pokemons are super rare and certain blah, blah, blah. Oreo put out a Pokemon edition within the past month, and as of a week ago, they were letting reports out that the one rare cookie that they have is this specific Pokemon named Mew, and it's very, very rare, and people are selling them on eBay. An Oreo cookie with the Mew face on it, they're getting between $50,000 to $100,000 for a fucking Oreo cookie because it's the hardest one to get out of the pack. And
That's stupid.
I'm telling you right now, I mean, this is just eBay was talking about what they were going for.
Well, what
And
you ask and what you get is two different
now,
things.
here's the thing. eBay also reported that there's been about 12 or 15 items sold of those same Mew cookies, the Mew Pokemon, and they have gotten, the highest ones are reported at getting $15,000 to $20,000
for a cookie.
for a single Oreo cookie that's probably broken by the time you ship it to whoever
And
the fuck
stale,
it's going
you don't
to.
want to eat it.
Exactly.
Obviously, you're not going to eat it
Yeah,
because
yeah,
you're going to shit it
yeah,
out.
yeah.
So what's the last one? Is that like a hating on Danny DeVito and
All right.
Kevin Hart?
Very funny you bring that up, Dad. Dad's already ahead of me. Like we said out in listener land, we have a little schedule on the wall, and the last thing on the list tonight, it's called Short People. And if you know about short people,
Or the people in the Wizard of Oz. I mean,
no, those are little people. We're just talking about short people, and there's 4 things we know about short people.
their legs are shorter
Well,
than ours.
short people got no reason to live. They've got
Very-
little hands, they've got little eyes, and they walk around telling great big lies. Hold on, I got it for you, bud. This is our segment. It's called Short People Got No Reason to Live. We're going to talk about some celebrities. All right, so I did a little bit of research. The short people out there
This
in
was
the
a
world.
great hit. It probably wouldn't fly today, but it was
Randy
a great hit.
Newman.
Yeah.
Randy Newman. So, yeah. So, without taking too much from Randy Newman, I was just curious. I was looking online the other day, and I was like,
Danny
how
DeVito,
short?
Kevin Hart.
How short? You already mentioned the first 2 on my list. So, it all starts with Danny DeVito. He's our lowest common denominator, okay? How tall do you think Danny DeVito is?
5'4".
5 feet.
Even.
Danny DeVito is 5 foot
Kevin
tall.
Hart's 5'4".
Nope. So we're going to go up the list. So Danny starts at 5 foot tall. Prince is 5'2".
Oh, really? He's that short?
Was 5'2", along with Kevin Hart. He is also 5'2". So Danny's your benchmark at 5 feet. Go up 2 inches. You have Prince at 5'2". You have Kevin Hart at
I think
5.
anybody under 5'6" as a male is short.
I'm 5'9". We're about 5'9", 5'10".
11.
You go up a
No,
scale.
you're 5'11".
Go up a scale to 5.4, 5 foot 4 inches. Mr. Seth Green. He played Dr. Evil's son. He does the voice for Chris. Remember the redhead kid that plays Dr. Evil's son in the Austin Power movies? He also does the voice of Chris on Family Guy. Mr. Seth Green, he is 5 foot 4
Oh,
inches.
yeah. The guy that writes all that.
No, that's Seth MacFarlane.
Oh,
Seth
okay.
Green has red hair. He's in the Austin Powers movies. He's 5 foot 4 inches. The next guy on my list, 5 foot 5 inches, well-renowned piano player, the Piano Man.
Maybe it's the piano. Oh, Billy Joel. No.
Billy Joe is
No,
5
really?
foot 5 inches, man. He's got no reason to live. He's got stubby little nomad
Oh
hands.
no, he's got a lot of reason
like
to live.
little nomad hands. Little, smell like cabbage.
So how tall is Randy Newman?
I'm not sure about that because he wasn't on the list. Next one up, also 5 foot 5 inches, Daniel Radcliffe. He plays Harry Potter. Now this is in his grown-up state.
Yeah, and
he
I
is
wouldn't
5
know
foot
anybody
5
about
inches.
him. I don't know him.
These guys are short. Jack Black, 5 foot 6. That guy's a little tuna can. That's what tuna can out there in Listerland.
Yeah, I wouldn't have guessed that.
5'6"?
He looks bigger, but
Because he's hefty. You know what I mean?
well, no, but I mean, I've seen him in a lot of movies. I thought he would be normal. In normal height for a guy.
What do you say normal?
Well, normal height for a guy is anywhere around 5'9", 10, 11. 6 foot.
Yeah,
Somewhere between 6 foot and 5'9" is the normal height for a guy.
I would say average. Yeah. Jack Black surprisingly is 5 foot 6. You know who else is 5 foot 6? Jon Stewart.
How tall is Spud Webb?
I don't know who the
Look it up.
how tall is Spud Webb.
He was a point guard for the Atlanta Falcons.
I'm not sure.
Atlanta
I'm
Hawks.
not sure I'd be able
And
to
he
find.
won a fucking. In the 90s, he won a slam dunk contest, and he's the shortest guy in baseball
Well,
or
good-
basketball
Good
at
for
the
him.
time.
All right.
Spud
well,
Webb.
the last one I have on my list before we go tonight. Action movie star akin to Bruce Willis and Arnold Schwarzenegger, Italian Stallion, coming in at 5'7".
Really? Stallone?
Stallone is
He looks way bigger.
5'7".
He looks like he's about 6'2", doesn't he?
Tom Cruise isn't even on my list. I'm sure he's somewhere in the 5'5"
I would have thought
range.
Stallone was 6 foot or 6'1".
5'7" for the Italian Stallion. Can you believe it?
Adrian!
Adrian, I need you to reach this pot above the refrigerator for me. He's got a little. Can you imagine Sly Stallone just getting up on a little step stool to do shit in the kitchen? That blows my
With
mind.
that curly lip and everything, it's like, well, you gonna make fun? Hey, you gonna make fun of my height?
That's
I'll
right.
pound your face.
I just thought that was interesting as hell. I didn't realize how
I
many
can't believe that.
celebrities were that short. Yeah, I had to share that with everybody out in radio listener land.
Well, we're gonna head out of here, folks.
Yeah, we're gonna go watch that preseason hockey game. We're playing against Smashville Predators tonight, and I loved wearing my
Las Vegas Predators.
I loved wearing my Tampa Bay hat. I kept joking with Dad. I said, I'm going to keep fucking wearing it because I need these motherfuckers out here in Smashville to know who's in town. They call us the Breeze, Tampa Bay Lightning, baby. So we're going to catch game 2 of the preseason. There's 7 games total, and then our first game is going to be October 12th. So, of course, guys, sorry about it. It's hockey season. We're going to be back talking about the Lightning. But, you guys enjoy it. We'll put our light on from now on. Dad, thanks for the show tonight, man. We really did it without
we had
Ryan.
a good time. We had a good time.
Yeah.
We don't need that little whippersnapper.
I told him he was replaceable, and apparently
Hey.
he's not even. We don't even have to replace him. We can still do
We're
it.
gonna let one of those lizards in and put him on a stool.
Oh yeah,
Louie or whatever their names were.
Louie.
Hey,
Louie.
hey, Louie.
All right, guys. Well,
Where's Ron? Who the fuck cares?
he's probably losing his ass on the.
I know,
yeah.
right? He
Oh,
ain't
shit.
never
I
coming
forgot-
back.
I forgot to give him $100 to put the Lightning on the Lightning for the cup.
Oh man.
All right, maybe he'll spot me till he gets back. Guys, thank you so much. As they call us the Breeze, that's Bravo, Romeo, Echo, Sierra. We'll be back next week with more show and with more Ryan, so don't go anywhere, guys. I'll see y'all next week. Mike, what do you say?
See you.
Yeah, we'll see you guys. Bye. Good night.
He'll cover you if he thinks about it. If he's coherent, he might not be coherent.